Children, good morning everyone. Up to now we have studied about the different devices such as Wheatstone meter bridge we have studied, and today we are going to understand the another device again which is called as a potentiometer. Okay, now what is potentiometer and how the construction of the potentiometer is done, let us understand for that. And also we will study the principle of the potentiometer, and we will study the various different applications which are very important for the practicals, physics practicals in class 12th. Okay, now what is potentiometer? Generally what happens, the ideal voltmeter which does not change the original potential difference and needs to have the infinite resistance, means for ideal voltmeter infinite resistance is needed. Okay, but the voltmeter, such a type of voltmeter cannot be designed which is having the infinite resistance. Now what is the another option for that? We have the potentiometer is such a device which does not draw any current from the circuit and still measures the potential difference, so it can behave as ideal voltmeter. Okay, now let us understand what is potentiometer and how it is constructed. So this is the diagram you can see I have drawn, which is the potentiometer circuit diagram. Now out of that, this is the actually potentiometer. So from A to this particular point, then these are the wires connected and up to B, and along with the scale, this complete device is called as a potentiometer. And the remaining this voltmeter connected or battery, key, rheostat connected, they are called as a auxiliary circuit. Okay, so that is externally connected between the points A and B. Okay, so what is the construction of the potentiometer? Now in this diagram, this particular potentiometer consists of a long wire A to B. You can see now the A to B is such a long wire which is having nearly 4 different parts of that particular wire AB. Okay, and the important thing is that this particular long wire AB is having uniform cross-sectional area, and it is generally 4 to 10 meter long wire. Now what type of wire has to be chosen? The material which is having high resistivity and low temperature coefficient, such as constantan or manganese, these type of wires are used for construction of the potentiometer. Now generally what happens, 1 meter long separate pieces of wire are fixed. So you can see that from here to here there is one piece of wire, from here to here there is another piece of wire, third piece of wire, and fourth piece of wire. Now this every piece of wire is having the length is equal to 1 meter or 100 centimeter. Okay, and these are connected by using the copper strips. You can see that these are thick copper strips. This one, these are thick copper strips. Now a meter scale is fixed parallel to the wire. You can see that there is a meter scale. So if we want to find out the length up to which the potential drop or where is the null point, so whenever we want to measure a particular length in any type of experiment, then we are using this particular scale. Okay, now the ends A and B are connected to a strong battery. You can see that this is a battery. Okay, then plug key called as a K, and rheostat by which we can change the current in the circuit. Okay, so RH is responsible, that is called as a rheostat. Okay, now this complete battery sends the constant current I through the wire A to B. Okay, and a jockey can slide. We can see that a jockey is here, this J is shown, so this is a sliding contact, this is called as a jockey. Okay, and it can slide along the length of the wire. So this wire we are generally keeping as a long wire, so that the complete 4 meter wire we can trace it by using the jockey. Okay, now the another important thing is that we have to understand that first of all that the potential at point A is very high because it is connected to positive of the battery. Okay, and potential at point B is very less because it is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So obviously what happens, when we move from A to B through the 4 meter length, then moving from A to B, the potential gradually falls from A to B, means A is at a highest potential, and when we move towards B, the potential goes on decreasing because it is the negative, it is connected to the negative end of the battery, which is at the lower potential. Okay, now let us understand what is the principle of the potentiometer. Okay, now this principle of the potentiometer is that when the constant current flows through a wire of uniform cross section area and composition, the potential drop across any length of the wire is directly proportional to that length. Now, what are the parameters? These are very important. First of all, constant current is sent, and that constant current is sent through the battery. Okay, we can call it as a driver cell also. Okay, and uniform cross-sectional area. This is very important because we know that whenever the cross-sectional area changes, the resistance also changes. The another important thing is that the composition of the wire is a fixed composition, so that the composition term explains about the resistivity of that material which wire we have used. Okay, so when all these conditions are satisfied, then the potential drop across any length of the particular wire is directly proportional to the length of the wire. Now, how it is that? Okay, so let us go for the actual expression for that. Now, what we have done here, at point A, I have connected here the voltmeter. Okay, so voltmeter positive, negative. Why positive? Because voltmeter is connected to positive to the terminal A. At the same time, it is connected to the battery also, isn't it? And that is also battery positive terminal. Okay, and the another negative terminal is connected to the jockey J, which is called as a sliding contact. Now, this reads the potential difference V across the length of the wire AG. Suppose this point A and point J, in between these particular points there is a certain length. Okay, and this can read the potential difference across the length of the wire. Okay, now according to Ohm's law, we are going to apply Ohm's law. Okay, now according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Okay, but I know that I into R is nothing but rho L by A, that is nothing but resistivity. Resistance is directly proportional to length, and resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. This we have studied. Okay, so R is equal to rho L by A. This formula we have utilized. Now, we are saying that the wire is a uniform cross section wire and uniform composition. That means A is constant and rho is constant. These two factors are constant, and therefore when the steady current flows through the wire, then what happens? I rho by A, this complete factor is considered as a constant. Okay, and this constant is named as K. Okay, now if we put this value, that is I rho upon A as a K, then I can get it as a V is equal to K L. And this is the important formula or the relation, or we can say that this is the principle of the potentiometer. That means when I rho A is constant, V is directly proportional to the length. That is, potential drop across the wire is directly proportional to the length of that particular wire. Okay, now if we plot the graph of this particular between V and L, obviously it has to be how much? Tell me. It has to be a straight line passing through the origin. So if I will take V on the y-axis and length of the wire on the x-axis, then the nature of the graph for potential and the length relation is nothing but the straight line passing through the origin. Now, as we are saying that there is a certain constant factor is also there, and that constant factor we are saying that is considered as K. Okay, now what is K? That name of K is given as a potential gradient. So I am writing here, this factor is called as potential gradient. Okay, and it is nothing but the potential drop per unit length of the potentiometer wire. it is given by, suppose this formula I will consider again. I have K is equal to V by L. Okay, and this formula is called as a potential gradient of the particular circuit or that particular potentiometer. Okay, now unit, SI unit, if I want to find out, then SI unit is obviously it is volt per meter, SI unit. Okay, but practically we are using here the wire which is having 1 meter distance for the scale. Okay, so total wire is 1 2 3 4 meter. Okay, but whenever we are moving the jockey for getting the balance point or null point, we are going to check each and every millimeter or each and every centimeter of that particular wire. So practical unit, we are saying here, practical unit of potential gradient, okay, we will consider it as volt per centimeter. So whenever we will take the unit of potential gradient, then we have to consider that K is equal to V per volt per centimeter. Thank you.